Right, so this is BoroManCan Stay Wise Phil's off cut of podcasting stuff. So we've got 5 minutes, and I'm going to be chatting to a colleague, Phil, in just a second. And this is about checking in, and this is about the 5 ways and how other blokes across Teesside are making best use of well-being to keep their head above water and their mental health healthy, basically. Phil, how are you doing?
I'm all right, Richie. Yeah, good to you.
I am not too bad at all, thanks. So you're a cop, but you're
for me.
Cop's role. Tell us a bit about that.
Yeah, just about went to my 20th year. God help me. Bit of a unique role at the moment in policing, but probably for me, I'm very biased, but one of the most important roles. So I'm actually posted in our wellbeing team, but predominantly working on mental health within our organisation, but also other emergency services. And to be fair, the wider community, but especially around blokes, because we ain't good, especially us cops, we ain't good at talking about stuff emotionally. We just bottle it up. So I'm like really determined in our force and wider emergency services to still break that stigma down, Richie.
So have you been getting out and about, first of all, staying active? Hold on a sec. What are you doing? What are you doing right now?
Right, so yeah, my cut long story short, I used to be a runner. Got injured, prolapsed disc, 2015. It's part of me mental health story, to be honest, but that's another day. Yeah. Can't ever run again. Absolutely killed me, crucified me, because it was me. It was my life. It was my stress buster. So I had to adapt. So I got into cycling. Yes, I do go road cycling, but on a hybrid, because I can't go like that on a road bike. So when the weather, I am a bit of a fair weather cyclist, I must admit. There's not a hope in hell. I'll be going out on my bike January, February, March time. Oh, yeah, so I've adapted. I have a spinning bike at home, and I've adapted it. It's a cheap spinning bike, but I've adapted it. So it's pretty much like one of them Peloton bikes, but like about 160 quid all in. But it does exactly the same as Peloton. So
you're running a Schneidy Peloton at home. That's your exercise. Do you get out of the house much as well, Phil? Get some fresh air?
Yeah, to be fair, we got a dog about a year and a half ago. Best thing we ever did, not only for my own well-being and getting out on, because we live near the beach, but you know what, for family life, it's brought us, bizarrely enough, with the kids and the family life, your family unit, because we take the dog out, we talk to each other, where, before everyone was on the devices.
Yes.
But we have absolute family quality time because of the dog. I can't make it up.
It'd be interesting to know how you do actually end up taking your mind away from everything else and focusing on one thing. Just so do you ever do, is that something you ever do in your life at all? Or?
Yeah, do you know, yeah. I mean, I've tried, Richie, like mindfulness and stuff, and it didn't work for me, but I'll tell you what works for me, and I think it is a little bit of a twist with mindfulness as well. Yeah. I actually do Pilates.
Right.
I have to do Pilates because of my back.
Right.
But I have to do it every day, because if I don't, then the pay, etc. But it gives me that 15, 20 minutes, just in my little room here, just to not think about anything, just stretching, and it grounds me.
Yes, and often you probably find when you're on the bike, you're probably just starting to gather your thoughts and use that as well. Am I right?
Richie,
sorry.
I have my best idea sat on my bike, honestly.
No, I heard it was on the toilet, but hey.
Yeah. Well, there is that. Yeah. You've been talking to Matt too much.
I have indeed. You're right. He's been bad mouthing you. He hasn't really. How did you learn something new? Anything today? You've learned today? Or did you
Richie, every day is a learning day, and because
there we go.
Because I'm approaching the ripe old age of 50 in a few months' time, me and technology, we just don't get on. So probably like yourself, actually, by the sounds of it, trying to learn Teams and Zoom and links and being able to control it has been a challenge, shall we say. But I worked out something on Teams yesterday, so I was dead chuffed with myself. It was dead easy, but yeah, every day is a learning day.
Absolutely. Have you stayed in touch? Have you mindfully sort of stayed in touch with any pals or friends or family, made a call every day or whatever?
I had I had an unbelievable email that I came into this morning of one of my colleagues, and it was about, I was just on the back of something that had cascaded out. It was about mental health, and the email conversation that myself and a couple of others had. It was just, honestly, we were all blokes, and literally we bared our souls on the table. And out of that, it's going to bring an opportunity for this person to get involved a little bit more, who wouldn't have spoke out unless we've created this environment. So yeah, and my old, I've had a couple of good banter on WhatsApp, and funny enough, that might have been with you guys as well.
Yeah.
And I just think, you know, I was sat in my office just chuckling to myself, looking at some of the message. But that's what it's about. If we don't have humour, we're knackered.
I agree completely. Honestly, mate, I couldn't agree with you more. And I know that you promised you were going to do it naked from the waist down today, and I really hope you haven't stuck to that. And when I say stick to that, I mean to the seat, obviously.
Well, you know that term, budgie smugglers.
Yeah. Unfortunately, I do. And I'm starting to feel just a little bit queasy. So, what have you done to give in some small way? Do you consciously try and help out other people or other little causes, however small?
Yeah, I mean that's. I mean, to be fair, it's part of my job, but I think people who work in this field, it's in their nature anyway, regardless of it. And for me, that's the right people. It should be the right people doing the right job. And I always try and look after people as best as I can. It's difficult at the moment, especially at work, because you can't see people, and you just end up bombarding people with emails, but with good intentions, of course. But yeah, staying in touch and just making a couple of people a couple of brews today, and took them a quality street and just said thanks.
Yeah,
thanks to a couple of people, because that word goes a long way if it's said with sincerity.
Great example. I'm still waiting for my thanks, Phil, to be honest.
It's in the post.
Oh, very good. No worries.
It's on the fax. It's on the fax machine. Can you remember them?
I've got about 8 years of Christmas cards as well. Keep a little list. Don't worry. Don't worry.
Lad, good lad. That's why, honestly, Richie, I think forget all Zoom and Teams. Bring back the fax machine. It never let you down.
Do you know what? I think the idea of just simple thanks to people. We always tend to focus on the negatives, don't we? Oh, you haven't done this, you haven't done that. And actually, it's just recognising when people do good things. Yeah,
and if you say thanks, mean it. Don't just off the cuff. Yeah, thanks for that. You actually mean it, because people don't want much. Do you know? But that little word goes a long way.
Agree.
If it's said with meaning.
Well done, mate. Well, look, you keep embracing them. You keep doing the things. Stay active. I'll maybe come back to you in about 3 or 4 hours. See if you're still on the spinning.
I'm going to do my Pilates now, so I'm going to have a bit of grounding, and I'll be doing some ridiculous positions, but that's for another day.
Fantastic, it is indeed. We will chat soon. Maybe even do a little Pilates yoga as part of some feature on the podcast.
Oh, I could do that. I've got some routine just for you, Richie, in spandex, though.
Tell you what, mate, I've heard the secret. I've heard about it, but I've heard you need some new spandex, mate. There's holes in places, revealing holes that should never be seen. Nice chatting to you, Paul. 2 seconds.